video. Are we live? What's up with the Playboys? What is going on? What is going on out there in the land of YouTube? What are you guys doing? Jerry is a new member. What's going on, Jerry? Thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. It's just I'm grateful, man. People are starting to jump on. I gotta tell me if that messes up my audio too badly because I'm dying of heat. I'm absolutely dying. Can you guys do me a favor? Just real quick. Can everybody hit the like button? Can you just take your finger super duper fast and just take your finger and just go down to where that thumbs up thing is down there? It's right down here typically. If you're on your iPhone or something, you got to close, I think, the chat, and then you hit the like button. If you just take 2 seconds and do that, that would mean the world to me, man. That would mean the absolute world to me. I would appreciate it so much. And then last but not least, Cliff, hello, how are you? Chevy, what's up? Playboy, Paisley, what is going on? Can you guys type into the chat OTVO, which stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio? Put that in the chat. Just pop it. Just pop it. Just put that bad chicken. Just put OTVO in the chat. Just put it. If you're watching this next week, next month, next year, if you write me and you're like, hey, how can I support you? You can support me right now by putting OTVO in the comment section if you're watching this video. That's how you can support me, because the comment helps the algorithm, and then more people come. More people come. And the more that come, the faster we get to a place where we can change the system. That's where we got to get. We got to change the system. Tim C., what is going on? What is going on? Disciple, how are you? Casa, what's going on? Okay. Okie dokie, pokey smoky. So I thought that we would do something today together that I often do when I'm figuring out how to do different legal things. And so I thought that we would take a couple minutes together and I would show you guys what I learn and what I know on Chat GPT that helps me with some of the things that I do legally, mostly for research and stuff like that. But what I want to do is I'm going to go over a couple of text messages right now, and I'm going to show some of these text messages. And this was the conversation I had today to try to help Jason get out of jail. And so I'm just double checking the text right now to make sure that they are in the right order. I think that they are. And so now we're going to take a look at a way that we can get the body cam footage for Jason Dollarhide. And so, but first and foremost, let me say thank you to everybody yesterday who contributed to the fundraiser. We raised quite a bit of money for the Dollarhide family. And so I'll show you the numbers today. I don't know what came in overnight or if anybody sent me any money for trifolds or anything like that. I have no idea. But 90% of this is certainly, if not all of it, goes to the Dollarhide. 1620 on PayPal. And then on Venmo, we are at $736 on Venmo, $836 on Venmo. So if you guys send me money on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, put Dollarhide on the subject line so we can donate that money to Jason and Heather Dollarhide and their daughter Avery, so we can get them through this tough time while he's arrested. And let me just see the transactions here. Thank you. Dan Hanlon sent in $100 for Avery's birthday for tomorrow. So we're going to send that over to Heather while we are on the phone here. And then Cash App, I think, is the last one. And Cash App is at $389. So cool. So cool. And that's Gloria and everybody who donated the past couple days. Thank you so much. We have their rent money covered now, and we have their basic bill money covered now. So we have their, now let me show you a couple text messages today with Heather that I was texting, because we're trying to get Jason out, of course. I mean, this is the whole point of what we're doing. everything we're doing now is to try to get Jason out of jail. So that's what we're trying to do now. So this was the text messages that I shared back and forth. And so we're going to try to find the case number. Jason hasn't been able to call us today. I hope he does soon. I need to see exactly what he wants me to do the representation. I have another attorney that's willing to do a dry bond reduction hearing before I pay him to take the case on, so we can still bond him out. He was supposed to be working on that today and call me back by after 5. Thank you. Been the longest 2 weeks of my life. And then this is somebody who's a friend of mine that I was working on the bondsman. If the county bonds bail bondsman, if the county has enough bail bondsman, competition might be able to get down to 5%, and the other 5% paid over 3 months or something. Jason can write it himself and hand it to a guard. Heather should try the county clerk, if not the clerk, and ask if she can drop it off to the sheriff or the warden there. Oh, we were talking back and forth about the writ of habeas corpus, because Heather is talking about writing a writ of habeas corpus. Just put his name on where he's being held and say he's being held in the violation of the 8th Amendment, right? So we're just looking, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to look the same thing up on ChatGPT. So now we're talking about the right here. What we're talking about right here is the Oklahoma State sunshine laws, because we need to get that body cam footage. It is essential that we get the body cam footage. So Oklahoma laws look pretty citizen friendly. Their Public Records Act is great. Most states require a habeas corpus hearing within 3 days. So this is, we're trying to get Jason Dollarhide's body cam footage. So we want to get his body cam footage from the Cleveland County Sheriffs. And so what I'm going to do right now, and that's what I'm saying when I'm going to write it right here, I'm going to write it as soon as I get back. What I'm talking about right there is writing the request for the body cam footage. So that's going to be imperative that we get that body cam footage. And I know it's only been 2 weeks, but we need to make sure we preserve that body cam footage so that we get it. We have to get the body cam footage because it's going to show that Jason did not attack a cop. And so we have to get that from the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department. And so what is going on with everybody in the chat? I love Yahweh. How are you? Butch the Original. Greg, what is going on with the Playboy? What is up, Playboy? Zen, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Butch, Bronco Nation, Stevie, Integrity News. DLZ Clips back in the hizzy today. DLZ Clips back in the hizzy today. Richard, what is going on? Madison Lee is here. Luis, what is going on? Cliff, how are you? Rumsky, Chevy, what's going on, Playboy? Tim C, what's going on, Tim C? How are you, brother? Virgil, how is everybody? Victor, of course, and Gary is without fail, and Bruce, and of course, there's people who I have not mentioned, but Avery, it's nice to see you. Les Paul, always good to see you, Les Paul. So just wanted to say hello to a few people. So tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write up the requests for the body cam footage for Oklahoma, for Jason Dollarhide's and body cam footage. And so anybody can get the body cam footage apparently, but let's just do that real quick. Let's just go down like this right here. Sorry about that. And I will show you guys what I'm doing here. And I will open this up. Here it is. Let me share this with you guys so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'll show you, this is stuff I do all the time on the regular. And granted, this is from 2021, but most of the time it's pretty close. And then as soon as you start to go down the road and you start to unwrap things, you start to find out more relevance or more truth or whatever you need to find. So let me see what you guys can see. All right, cool. So I'll pop this over here and then I will begin here. So I want to get the body cam footage from, what was it? What was the name of that police department? It was Cleveland County Sheriff's Department in Oklahoma. I want to get the body cam footage from an incident with the Cleveland County Sheriff in Oklahoma. How do I apply for that body cam footage? To obtain body cam footage from an incident involved in the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department in Oklahoma, you typically need to follow certain procedures and submit a formal request. The process may vary depending on specific policies and laws in place, but here are some general steps and guidelines. Identify incident and details. Before making a request, make sure you have specific information about the incident, such as the date, time, and location. Also, try to gather other relevant details that may assist the authorities in locating the footage. 2, check for public records availability. In many cases, body cam footage recorded by law enforcement officers is considered public record. Check if the footage you are seeking is publicly available, as it might be released without requiring a formal request. 3, determine the custodian of records. Find out who is responsible for maintaining body camera footage records. In this case, it would likely be Cleveland County Sheriff's Office or law enforcement agency involved in the incident. 4, submit a formal request. Prepare a written request for the body camera footage. Be sure to include the incident details and provide a clear explanation of why you're requesting the footage. It is critical to use polite and respectful language in your request. Look at this. ChatGPT, cop sucking, okay? ChatGPT and I have had several fights. Use the proper channels. Submit your request through the appropriate channels designated by the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. This might involve sending the request via email, mail, or online form, depending on their established procedures. Be prepared to provide identification. What is this crap? Some jurisdictions may require you to prove your identity in relationship to the incident in question, therefore granting access to sensitive materials like body camera footage. And let me just pop in here real quick, y'all. Okay, if you can't get the body cam footage, and if we can't get the body cam footage, I will sue Oklahoma. If we cannot get the body cam footage, I will file a lawsuit. It is a violation of my freedom of the press and freedom of information, and I will sue their asses. It's that simple. It's that simple. ChatGPT is such a statist cop sucker. So annoying. Be prepared to provide identification. Okay, so just so you know, I'm going to read this again. Some jurisdictions may require you to prove your identity, and my relationship is that I'm a member of the press and I'm covering this story. I've been told one thing by the victim, by the suspect in the incident, and now I want to find out if what the suspect is telling me is true. Follow up on your request. Depending on the workload and specific policies, it may take some time to process your request. Be patient. If you haven't received a response within a reasonable time frame, you can follow up with the agency to check the status of your request. 8, comply with any applicable fees. Some agencies charge a fee for providing copies of the footage. Make sure to inquire about the associated costs and comply with the payment requirements if applicable. Be aware of exemptions. Keep in mind that there may be legal exemptions or restrictions preventing the release of certain portions of the body cam footage, particularly if it involves sensitive information or ongoing investigations. Always ensure the local. Okay, so now, does Oklahoma have Sunshine State laws? So no, Oklahoma does not have Sunshine State laws. The term Sunshine State laws is often used to refer to open government laws that promote transparency and public access to government records and meetings, and is commonly associated with the state of Florida. In Florida, they use sunshine laws all over the country, just so you know. Ensures that meeting of government bodies are open to public records. In Oklahoma, similar laws exist, but they're not referred to. Instead, Oklahoma has its own set of laws that govern public access to government meetings and records. The primary legislation in Oklahoma that addresses public records access is the Oklahoma Open Records Act. Let's copy that real quick, which allows citizens to request and access records held by state and local government agencies. Additionally, Oklahoma has the Open Meeting Act. Okay, so let's go like this. Can I request body cam footage in Oklahoma using Yes, you can request body cam footage in Oklahoma under the Open Records Act. Title, this is, okay, so bingo. This is what I was looking for right here. So now we're going to want to look this up. Now we're going to want to look this up right here. So these are the steps that I go down when I'm doing the research to be able to file a demand for return of property, or I want body cam footage like we got in Youngstown, where our group of people here, Team Delete Laws, we showed that James Sheets had been murdered, that they planted a gun. Either they planted it at one time or they planted it another time, but they definitely planted a gun. Okay, so let me read this now. Yes, you can request body camera footage in Oklahoma under the Open Records Act. Title 51, Section 24A.1 of the Oklahoma's statutes. The Oklahoma Open Records Act is designed to provide public records with access to government records, including law enforcement records such as body camera footage. Boom! Let's copy this. I already copied it, right? I already covered. To request body camera footage, you would need to follow the procedures outlined in the Oklahoma Open Records Act, which typically include identifying the custodian of records to determine which law enforcement agencies. Okay, so let's do that step right now. Let's give a call over there right this second. Let me open this bad chicken up real quick so we can see each other. Let's do that right now. Let's give a call over to the sheriff's department. And what it's saying here is identify who the custodian of records is. So I got my cell phone in my hand here, and now I got the number to, it's 405-701-8888.
Thank you for calling the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency or you need to report a crime, press 1. Please listen carefully to the following options due to recent changes. Please note that information can also be found on our website at www.ccso-ok.us. If you are calling with questions about an inmate, a bond, release of personal property that was seized, handgun licenses, or fingerprinting, press 2. For questions regarding an active investigation you are associated with, press 3. For questions about civil matters, including protective orders, evictions, or sheriff sales, press 4. For questions about arrest warrants, press 5. For questions about police reports or obtaining records, press 6. To repeat this menu, press 7. For the operator, press 0. Please leave your name, your phone number, and a brief message, and somebody will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Recording.
You can't reach me by phone, but you can reach me by email. My email is deletelaws@gmail, DELETELAWZ. It's a Z instead of an S. And I'm trying to identify the custodian of records there at the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department so that I can request the body cam footage using Title 51, Section 24A.1 of the Oklahoma statutes. So my email address is deletelaws, DELETELAWZ @gmail.com. And I'm trying to identify who the custodian of records is so that I can put in a written request so that I can get that body cam footage, because it is a matter of public interest and I am a member of the press. My name is Jose DeCastro. Thank you for your time, and I will speak with you guys when you get back to me.
To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To mark your message urgent, press 2. To request a callback, press 3. Message sent.
Thank you for calling the Cleveland.
Okay, so now, I thought that was, I'm following ChatGPT's advice, and I'm being respectful and courteous and patient. So let's go back to our ChatGPT and see what else it says here. So I did that. I'm trying to identify the custodian of records. Let me see what you guys see here. Okay, cool. And then, so now prepare a written request, draft a formal written request for the body camera footage include specific details about the incident, such as date, time, and location, to help custodian locate the relevant footage. Submit request. Send your written request to the custodian of records. You may need to email the request depending on the agency's preferred method of communication. Some agencies also have an online portal for submitting open records. Provide identification, wait for a response, comply with associated fees, be aware of exemptions. Okay. So now we have that. So now let's ask, does Cleveland County Sheriff's Department in Oklahoma charge a fee for body cam footage? Before 2000, in the year 2021 or prior, did the Cleveland, my pinky, County Sheriff's Department charge for body cam footage, Oklahoma? I misspelled it, but it'll still get it. Okay, so it said the same thing twice. Okay, cool. So I think we got this. I think we got this part now. So now let's just write the document real quick, and then I will submit the document, and then we'll follow up on a phone call tomorrow afternoon. Who's going to be here tomorrow? Can anybody be here tomorrow? Because I'm going to write this open records request right now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to do it right here, right now. I'm gonna do it right here, right now. So let me see if I have Word on this computer, or I think you know what I have on this computer? I have, what is it? Pages. So I will write it with you guys. Cool. So I'm gonna go new, blank document. Okay, create. And then let me get a little bit of pertinent information real quick from my text messages so I can copy and paste it directly into what I'm looking at here. Okay, so I have that right here. Let me grab that bad chicken. Oosh. Let me grab this bad chicken, and I'm going to throw this over here. You know, I don't even need it. I can just look at it. There it is. I've got this on my phone right here, so I'll just look at it. And let me share with you guys exactly what I'm doing. And, you know, just so you guys know, you saw how quick this was. So a lot of people contact me and say, hey, I need to get the body cam footage, or I need to get a demand for return of property because they have my cell phone, or I need a records request. And this is the process that I do every time. This is the same process that I did in Youngstown, Ohio, when we saw that James Sheets had been murdered after I got the body cam footage. That the cops, that he didn't point the gun at the cops, that his arm was never outstretched with a gun in it, that wasn't true, that was a lie. And this is the same process we're doing here now. So let's see this assault. Let's see this assault. So let me share my screen with you guys. And I'm just going to, just so you know, this does not take a lot of brains. You're just as smart as I am. Every single person, Untitled. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is either. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write it in an email. That way I know what the screen is going to pull up. And then I'll transfer that over to a PDF form. And then I'll finish that PDF with you guys here with me. But just so that I don't know what forms are going to pop open because I have a lot of information on my computer, I'm just going to really quickly here open this up in an email. And then I'm going to, are you kidding me? God bless you. Are you kidding me? You guys are sending me money. Chevy sent me some money, more money, a couple $100 more. Dan Hanlon, Tom Trey, Tom Trey just sent me some money and said thank you for being me. So, wow, you guys are sending me money for Avery's birthday too. Chevy just threw in a couple $100 more for Avery's birthday, and Dan Hamlin just threw in another $100 for Avery's 6th birthday tomorrow. So there's $300 right now that I can send over to Heather right this second. So let's just do that. And I think that Chuck also wanted his $100. Chuck sent me $100 as well. Chuck's a friend of mine. And so I just got $200 from Chevy and $100 from Dan and $100 from Chuck. So let's send it over right now over to Heather and say, because Heather just texted me, by the way, y'all. She just texted me and she said, this is the, we're just going back and forth with, I told her tonight I was going to file for the body cam footage for her. And so she said, awesome, thank you, we lost without you. And then she said, Avery decided to go to the local pool and Chuck E. Cheese tomorrow for her birthday, and we'll have a birthday party when her daddy gets home. He was able to mail her a card, and she's super excited to get that. She'll be checking the mail over and over again. So what I'm going to do right now is take the money that Chevy just sent me. That's what I'm going to do right now. And thanks, Tom, for the donation. I appreciate it, man. God bless you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Tom just sent me $50. I appreciate you, Tom. Thank you. But this is about Avery right this minute and her. Oh, okay. Is this the same guy? Tom Trey. Okay, cool. Thank you, DLZ Clips. Then I'll just send this. I'll send this too. So that'll be $450. I'm going to send right now over to Heather. And then we're going to go back and we're going to write the. So this is Tom, Chevy, Chuck, Dan, and Tom. Oh, I said Tom twice. Sorry about that. So here's $450 right here that I am going to send over to. It's to right there. That is to Heather at the top. You see that right there, $450. And then I'm going to put happy birthday, Avery. And then we're going to file for the body cam footage from Team DLZ. There it is. There it is right there. Okay. So pay. There it is. 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 Like that wasn't even my money, but I still feel like so warm inside right now. I feel so good. like there's no my cheeks right now are so red. I'm so happy for Heather and her daughter right now. That was a few people who put some money together for you. ... That's so that you guys can enjoy Avery's birthday tomorrow a little bit. Period. God bless you. I feel good. Okay. Sorry. So it's like, whoa, like a drunken sailor. Like a drunken sailor. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Chevy, you know, just so you guys know, the funny part is that is that originally that yeet, yeet, yeet was someone who just made that up when I used to do sprints all the time on camera. Yeet, yeet, yeet. And it was supposed to be some sort of like hatred thing, but it's actually really cool. And everybody here on the team, we say yeet, 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 yeet whenever we do something great. So it's like, you know, but I told Heather that I would help her tonight with this body cam footage request. So let's just spend a couple minutes real quick. I have my email open here now. God bless you guys, man. God bless you. God bless you guys. It's so amazing. It's like so amazing. Let me switch emails here to an email where nobody has it in here. And let me go into, there we go. Cool. There it is. Compose, big. There it is. Okay, got it. So now this is going to go to delete laws, RE, Oklahoma Public Records request. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly how to write this bad chicken, or I don't know if this is necessarily the right way to write this bad chicken, but I'm going to show you guys, and you guys saw me get the body cam footage from Youngstown, Ohio. Everybody who was here, Chevy was here, Gloria was here, a lot of people were here that were along for the ride all the way back in that would have been in April, May or June last year. So there was a lot of people that were still here. So let me share this with you guys. Share this. There that is. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to caption this. Let me see what you guys can see so I know what you guys can see. So you're not okay, cool. You guys can see everything I can see. All right, cool. And this is going to be, what's the name of that police department? We have to actually have the address of it anyway. Cleveland County Police Department. Okay, so let me just Google that real quick. Cancel. Cleveland County Sheriff's Department. It's probably not going to be real fun, just so you guys know. Here's the address, though, right here. So I'm going to pop this bad chicken on here. Let me open up this thing. There, where are we at here? Okay, here. My finger is still pretty messed up. Oh, that's in North Carolina. God bless it. It's the wrong one. It's the wrong address. So flustering. Cleveland County Sheriff's from Oklahoma. Cleveland County, Oklahoma Sheriff's Office. So it's Cleveland, 1111 Norman, Oklahoma. That's the same one. Got it. Okay, so let me put this in here. I know this isn't super exciting, but what you will learn how to do is how to file your own deal. Norman, Oklahoma. Hopefully you guys can get it. And then let's go back to ChatGPT so that we know exactly what we're writing. Title 51. Okay, cool. I got that right there. And so this is going to be to the custodian of records. And that's who we're sending this email to. And just so you guys know, I want the records. So my name is Jose DeCastro. I am an independent journalist. the Jason Dollarhide story has become a national interest story that I am covering as an investigative journalist. This is a body cam request for any and all sheriff's deputies on the scene of the incident with Jason Dollarhide. And now let me copy and paste this. On the date of 7/16/2023 at approximately 10 a.m. This is my first request. Under title section 51, let me type that bad chicken out, because sometimes under title 51 section 24A.1 of the Oklahoma statutes. So I'm going to get rid of this because it's a you can email me or mail me all the body cam footage from this incident to the address posted above or my email address listed. Thank you, Jose DeCastro. Okay, so cool. There it is right there. So this is a formal business letter. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to control copy. I'm going to drag this over to Pages here. And I'm going to open a new page here real quick. New, blank document, create. And then I'm going to go paste. There it is. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm going to make sure all the font is the same. Arial black. There it is. Cool. All the font sizes are regular. 12-point font. Cool, cool, cool. Jose DeCastro. I didn't put the date on here. So today is July 27th, 2023. Okay, I'm going to save this real quick. File save. This is going to be Dollarhide body cam request. Okay, cool. I'm going to save this on my computer real quick into downloads. Cool. Now I'm going to file and I'm going to export to PDF. I'm going to save this here so you guys can see it. Dollarhide body cam request. Awesome. It's now open. Totally cool. I'm going to quit Pages now. Cancel. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now let me see what you guys can see. Okay, so now I have the body cam request. And just so you guys know, I'm going to file this. I'm going to mail this. And I'm going to call in the morning and email it. And if they don't give us that body cam footage, I'm going to sue them. That's what will happen. That's what will happen. Because I want that body cam footage. And we have a right to it. The fact that we have to jump through all these hoops is beyond ridiculous. And so here's what that document looks like now that I will mail in, and I will also send it in. Where is this bad chicken? What's the deal here? Oh, I'm opening the wrong document. I'm sorry. There it is. Let me open this one right here. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to share this page with you. And this is how easy it is to get body cam. And then if they don't give me the body cam footage, then I'll sue them. That's what will happen. And here is the actual document. And let me see what you guys can see. I'll open it big for you so you guys can see it. And then this has my name up here, Jose DeCastro, my mailing address in California. I don't live there. I live there. That's my address, whatever. Cleveland County Sheriff's Office, 111 Peters Avenue, Suite 600, Norman, Oklahoma, July 27th, 2023. To the custodian of records, my name is Jose DeCastro. I'm an independent journalist. The Jason Dollarhide story has become a national interest story that I am covering as an investigative journalist. This is a body cam request for any and all sheriff's deputies on the scene of the incident with Jason Dollarhide on the date of 2023 at approximately 10 a.m. This is my first request under Title I, Section 24A.1 of the Oklahoma statutes. You can email me or mail me all the body cam footage from this incident to the address posted above or my email address listed. Thank you, Jose DeCastro. Okay, so I'll go back and because I'm just kind of OCD, I'll just go back and fix that real quick. Let me just do this just real quick here. There you go. Of course, for any and all sheriff's deputies who on the scene of the incident with Jason Dollarhide on the date 7/16, any and all dash cam, any and all audio or video footage that was captured. I just want to be clear. Any and all dash cam, any and all audio footage that was, any and all audio video. Okay, cool. So I'm going to save this bad chicken. And now I'm going to save this as version 2. _2. Okay, cool. File export to a PDF. There that is. Cool. Downloads, Dollarhide request 2, export. Perfect. Okay, so now we should be ready to go. Okay, so now right there. That's yeah. So Brooklyn audit. I'm still coming there. I'm still coming there to the 75th precinct because from all the research I've been doing, New York City pays lawsuits when their dirty, nasty pigs there violate our constitutional rights. So Brooklyn audit, I'll get your number through Gloria because I'm coming out to New York City, brother. I'm coming there because if the 75th precinct is just going to arrest me for walking in with a camera, that's my bag. That's my bag. I would love it. I would love it, Brooklyn audit. I will sue them in 2 seconds flat. In 2 seconds flat. So NYPD, Brooklyn 75th precinct, I'm coming. I'll see you soon. I'm going to come before the end of this year. And if you arrest me, I'm going to sue you. You're not going to violate our constitutional rights so blatantly. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's just the way it's going to go. I love suing bad government, bad cops, bad municipalities. I can't stand the police state, prison state, death state that we've created. So you guys just saw. Let me show you what I added. Let me show you what I added, just so that it's really clear the way I wrote this body cam request. And you guys saw me, Brooklyn. Oh, it's good to see you, man. I'll see you in New York. So let me show you the small difference I did now with this body cam request. And if Norman, Oklahoma Police Department and Oklahoma residents there, if they don't fill my body cam request, I'll sue you. It's that simple. It's that simple. That simple. I will sue you. So if that's what you want, if that's what you want me to do, then I'm more than willing to do it. So now I'm going to pull up the new version, and all I did was add a couple of things here. I added a couple of things because I wanted to be clear, because Oklahoma's, all of them are a little fruity, all of the that's a PDF right there. Okay, cool. So here's the only difference that I added. So if you're going to require, so you guys saw the steps we did. We went to ChatGPT. We found this Oklahoma statute that says that they have to give me the records. And then we wrote a simple letter. I put my mailing address in California. I put my email address. I filled in the body of it. I even identified myself. My name's Jose DeCastro. I said who I am. I don't need to give you my identification over the thing. And then here's what I added, just so everybody can see this. Let me see what you guys can see, and I'll open it big so that way you're not seeing my big fat head here and you can read what we're looking at here. And I did all of this. My name is Jose DeCastro. I'm an independent journalist. The Jason Dollarhide story has become a national interest story that I am covering as an investigative journalist. This is a body cam request for any and all sheriff's deputies on the scene of the incident with Jason Dollarhide on the date of 7/16/2023 at approximately 10 a.m., including any and all dash cam, any and all audio or video footage that was captured, any and all audio/video. I put it twice. If there's anybody who has a video, a cell phone, a camera, anything. This is my first request under Title 51, Section 24A.1 of the Oklahoma statutes. You can email me or mail me all the body cam footage from this incident to the address posted above or my email address listed. And so now let me just make it perfectly and abundantly clear one more time to the Oklahoma State, to the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department. I'll be calling you tomorrow morning. You guys can jump on live with me tomorrow. DLZ clips, let's set a live for, let's see, that's going to be in Oklahoma, so it's 2 hours later. So DLZ clips, set a live for 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I am here in California. What's up, Charlie Little Bear? I'm on the line right now, Charlie. Can you see that I'm talking to lots of people? Okay. So set a live DLZ clips, if you would, please. Calling Cleveland County Sheriff's Department to file the body cam footage. So just call it that. 8 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time, filing body cam footage request, Cleveland County Sheriff's Department, or Cleveland County Sheriff's Department body cam request. That's what we'll do. And then I'll submit the letter. I'm actually going to put the letter in an envelope now and mail it out first thing tomorrow morning. And then I will also see if I can email it in. Yeah, this is us taking our power back. And each and every one of you can do exactly what I'm doing, exactly what Brooklyn Audit is doing. Each and every one of us has the capability to pick up a camera and let the coppers know we're no longer taking your bullshit. We're no longer accepting your bullshit. I have not used bad language in quite a while now on camera, so I'm trying to not use any bad language for me. Not for the coppers, because I want to call them dirty Farfignugan mother truckers. I want to tell them to go have a ham sandwich and put the bacon in the back of the biscuits in the box, pop it into the exit only, what 2C, pop it. But the thing is that I don't want to curse on camera because I think it makes me look bad. So I can control my language, and so I'm just making sure that I do that. I'm making sure that I do that. So now, can you guys put a 1 in the chat if you now know how to file for body cam footage? And Brooklyn Audit, I will talk to you about how you file lawsuits against NYPD. And Brooklyn Audit, you can do a lot of this stuff yourself. You can do 99% of it yourself. And remember, most cases when you sue somebody, which, oh, by the way, got another person I'm about to sue. Well, first I'm going to send a cease and desist. And then if they don't cease and desist, then I'm going to sue that person. So I love it. I love this game. I was born for this. I love it because I scan the horizon to see if there's any comers, and if there's a comer, then let's do the dance, because we're not 19 anymore, so we can't go rolling on the ground, wrestling around even though I wish I could, I'm past that part in my life. I wish I could, believe me. I wish I could. I wish a mother would. Knuckle sandwich. But I'm past that. So unfortunately, I can no longer do that because even grappling for fun, I get hurt constantly. I wrestle constantly, but I'm always getting hurt. I always get injured. I'm injured right now. I'm injured constantly. What's going on out there with the Playboys? So it's like I'm super, super stoked. It's a Madison Lee. It's a troll. It's a troll. I'm gonna first send the troll a cease and desist, and then the next thing I'm gonna do, if they don't immediately follow the directions of the cease and desist, I'm gonna sue them. Because you guys have seen the people have to do fundraisers when I sue them, right? Some other guy just did a fundraiser the other day. Some chick did a fundraiser. If I sue you, you have to do a fundraiser, and it won't be enough money. It won't be enough money. It's not enough money once I sue you. You have to then start to collect money, and you're constantly worried about money constantly because I sue you. So I have another person I'm about to sue. DLZ Clips knows who it is. I'm first going to send the person a cease and desist letter, and then after that, I sue. Just like this. So this is Brooklyn Autos, just so you know, the whole reason I haven't come there yet to go to the 75th precinct is because I have a plate full of lawsuits right now. So I have to, getting rid of the Massachusetts lawsuit. What a relief. Oh my God. DLZ Clips will tell you. Oh my God. Remember, we filed 6 months ago to dismiss the lawsuit, and Burroughs said, you can't. You're not allowed to have a change of heart. And she made me stay in the lawsuit for 6 more months. We had filed a relief. We filed we had pulled the lawsuit, and Burroughs made me stay in it. So then I was in 3 lawsuits in 3 different states against multiple parties. And when Burroughs dismissed that lawsuit in Massachusetts, oh God, you have no idea. I was drowning in work. And so that's why, that's why was so relieved that Massachusetts finally settled. It was finally done. I'm like so relieved that it's done. You have no idea. So, do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this guy? So as far as Heather, if you are watching this, Heather Dollarhide, I know she's with her kid right now, but Groundhog, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. How funny. How funny. Anyway, so do you guys remember this one? I'm not sure if you remember this. So this was Chevy and oh my God, there's a whole list of people that, Michael Dolan and Dan Hanlon and Victor and Greg and Bruce. And I'm trying to read some names here, and Gloria and Tile Tools, Tile Pro, all you folks. So this was the text I just got from Heather. There are good people left in this crazy world, and you all are the ones who give us hope. Everyone knows that my family would also be there to help someone in this situation. Thank you. Thank you. This is amazing. You are an angel here on earth, making all things possible. God bless. God sees everything. Boy, I sure hope so. Writes on, great big help on everything we've been doing. So do you guys remember this though? I want to switch gears here a little bit, because we have the Oklahoma request for body cam footage. You guys just chipped in almost $500 for Avery's birthday. Tom is a new donor. He's never had my PayPal or Cash App before, and he just sent me $50 for a family he doesn't know. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. So do you guys remember this?
I sure don't. Mr. Henderson, how you doing, boss?
What's up with you?
All right, man. I'm Trooper Holder with the Maryland State Police. You're being audibly and visually recorded, okay? All right. You know I stopped you?
I sure don't.
You know how fast you were driving?
35.
Back
40.
here?
What
Back
you
here?
mean back here? You don't have to touch my door, bro.
Okay, come on, get out.
Can you back up, please? Because
I can't.
I just love the look at the look on his face when he look at the look on his face.
All right. Place the car for me. You good if I pat
for
you
what?
out?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure don't.
You're not? Okay, then you're gonna go in here, cuz. Okay.
Pat me down. Y'all see the harassment.
Now I can pat you down? Are you sure you're
Come
good
on,
with it?
come on, scan boy.
I'm good with it? I can pat you down?
Pat me down, bitch.
Okay.
The fuck?
It's almost like cops, right along with TSA, just love to put their hands on you like this.
That's Brian from Here's the Deal.
Seems like there are two things that are like crack to a cop: getting ID from you and patting you down.
And why does the patting down thing happen? Everybody here, it's from Terry versus Ohio. There was no such thing as patting you down before Terry versus Ohio. I want everybody to put that in the chat. Patting you down happens from Terry versus Ohio. There was no such thing as a pat down ever previously in the history of our country. The pat down is from Terry. I think tomorrow that'll be my daily friendly reminder, is that cops can pat you down and touch you based on the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio. So it looks like someone clipped Brian's video from Here's the Deal and put it on Reddit.
They love patting you down.
So here's the other part. You notice the cop is patting him down. So, right. But that means for this guy to be a criminal, a murderer, he would have to be willing to kill a cop on camera. The guy holding the camera like this down on himself, he'd have to be willing to start shooting pow, 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 pew, pew, pew on camera with him filming himself create felonies. So I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Here's your keys.
Don't answer questions.
All right, just stand in front of my car.
I stand right here.
You stand in front of my car like I told you to.
You see that? You see how the cop tries to have dominion over him right away?
These are your keys.
Don't answer questions.
Are these your keys? He said. And he said, I don't answer questions. That's exactly what you say.
All right, just stand in front of my car.
Now he tries to tell him where to put his physical body. No. Detention means I agree not to move from here. Doesn't mean you get to tell me where to sit, stand, move.
I stand right here.
You stand in front of my car like I told you to.
You'll stand at the front of my car like I told you to.
I'm in front of your car.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it. Dick sucker.
I mean, look at this a-hole cop. And put a 1 in the chat if he looks and walks like an a-hole. Just does he look like an? Look at the hat. Does he look and sound and smell like a giant a-holio?
Hey, shut my door, Black.
So you guys missed it. This black guy here, he was crying earlier. He wanted to go home. He wanted to see his mommy. He was terrified the cop was pulling him over.
Like I said, your friends gonna make this a little more complicated than it has to be. That's just
Oh, the friend's making it complicated? He didn't ask for you to pull him over. He didn't ask for you to harass him.
His friends know his rights.
Fuck
wrong with you? Bitch ass motherfuckers. He think he got some. We laugh at him. We laugh at him, dog. Fuck the police. Straight like that. Definitely fuck him.
I'm with you.
He's a bitch.
I agree.
First he said then lied, talking about I didn't stop at the I didn't stop leaving out private property. Oh man. He followed me since Canopy, right? Pulled me over soon, like, cause he knew I live right here, so he wanted to pull me over before I get to the house. Nah, I'm stopping at my house, shawty. Camera 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what I'm saying? And I'm recording, and he about to go on YouTube. Then he called for backup, y'all. What's up with you, bro?
Never, ever let your guard down when a cop comes to you acting all cool. This is one of the techniques they use to get in good with you so you can start talking. And you should know by now that anything you say, they definitely plan to use against you. They are not your friends.
He on dick. Listen, right? I'm at Canopy. I pull out a Canopy. He just wanted to pull me over. You feel me? Damn. You act like we had bazookas and everything. Why you ain't come like this the other day when they was shooting out this motherfucker?
Because he's flexing his rights, they brought a bunch of cops.
Always the state troopers, they be on dick. Appreciate it, bro. He think he about to pay behind me. Nah, it ain't going down like that, brother. Oh, this unnecessary. Y'all could be somewhere else. You training, right? What's your name? Javon. I know you heard of me, but you know what I'm saying?
How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Chilling, man. Trying to be a daddy.
Oh, yeah?
You feel me?
I didn't know you had kids, man.
17 months.
17 months. Hey, congrats to you.
Appreciate it.
So you know, we just kind of gloss over it. But did you hear what he just said? He said that he has a 17-month-old baby. So just play that back real quick. Babies start walking around 10 months to a year, some a little earlier, some a little later. So if he has a 17-month-old baby, he's got a little tiny baby just really trucking his first few steps in life right now at home. When he goes home, there's a 17-month-old little baby running around. If you haven't been around, I was just around my niece's daughter, who is 15 months, and she's running around. It's the cutest little thing ever. This guy just wants to go home to his son or to his daughter. That's all he wants. He didn't ask to be pulled over. He didn't ask to be harassed. This man is full of love. If you haven't had a baby around you, I had a baby around me today. So if you haven't had a baby around you, then you must have forgot. It's a wonderful experience to be around a baby, even if they cry. I mean, I'm pretty patient, so I don't really mind crying.
That boy or girl?
Boy.
Got a little boy.
I don't give you permission to search my car. You a tough guy, huh?
He said he didn't ask for it. Didn't even ask for permission. What's the exigent circumstance?
Get that shit up off your arm first before you try to act tough, bitch boy.
Unlock your car.
Nah, for what? For what? For what?
I don't know about you, but this pisses me off.
Me too.
This authority abuser has no regard for this man's property or his rights. He knows he's being recorded, and he's recording himself trying to break into a man's vehicle, and he doesn't care because he has qualified immunity.
Such trash. Such a trash bag. This guy's
For what? Give me a reason. What you going in my car for?
Unlock your car.
For what? You talking about traffic? What are you going in my car for?
What a piece of trash.
What is he going in my car for? Give me the reason. Marijuana? Come on, man. It smell like marijuana. That's your excuse? Okay.
That's why he's doing it.
Okay.
Until.
Okay.
Right now,
Ooh, I love this.
What state is that in?
Does it smell like marijuana?
Well, as you guys may or may not know already, that you may. Hey, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Well, you guys may or might know or not ready, but in the trifold, if you have a copy of the PDF trifold that you print at home, or my indestructible trifold that you get off the website, deletelaws.com, delete laws with a Z, then you know the most on-point case right now in the United States of America is the Commonwealth versus Barr 2021 out of Pennsylvania. And it says that if you sell marijuana in the state, medicinally or medically, that the smell of marijuana is not probable cause to search a car. So I'm not sure which state this man is in, but it is not probable cause to search your car if in the state he's in, they sell medicinal marijuana or they sell recreational marijuana. So I don't know what state he's in, but now I want to ask Brian from Here's the Deal, who this is his video on Reddit. I want to know what state he's in.
They didn't just pass the law where the odor of marijuana don't. Okay. But as I said,
oh, so they just said that. I wonder if this is in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I ain't unlocking that. You want to search my car? Go in there and search it. Excuse me. Stop coming up to me. Stop coming up to me. Stop coming up to me.
I mean, what a tyrant pig.
Okay.
What a bully.
It smells like marijuana.
So that's where this one ends. At the end of the day, just so you guys know, it's Maryland and it's illegal smell of weed. Okay, thanks DLZ Clips. Just so you guys know, at the end of the day, this guy drives home and the pig has to do the walk of shame because number one, he pulled him over illegally. He did not pull out of a private parking lot and not stop. There was traffic, so he had to come to a stop. And number two, there was no smell of marijuana in his car. There was no marijuana in his car. So this man actually went home. He went home from here. So it's like, oh, this here's a here,
release the dog with his hands up. Do not.
So I'm going to fast forward past this part right here because the dog's going to attack the guy. And then I'm going to get into the post part of this.
It's the dog.
A state trooper repeatedly warns a local officer outside Columbus, Ohio to hold on to his canine.
Do not release the dog with his hands up. Don't.
In this edited video released by the Ohio State Highway Patrol, you can see a suspect raise his hands in an apparent surrender. But officials say Circleville officer Ryan.
See, he even pointed at him. Do you see that? You see the canine sadistic pig? He even
raised his hands in an apparent surrender.
See, you see, look over here. See the word leave? Look straight up. There's two guys in the field, the closest one to us in your vision.
But officials.
He's pointing at him. Attack him here. He's going, get him here. He's on his knees.
Say Circleville officer Ryan Speakman still unleashed his dog on the unarmed man. Circleville's mayor says following the July 4th incident, the officer was placed on paid administrative leave. But
happened to anybody.
Circleville's
nothing like this should ever happen to anybody.
Circleville's mayor says following the July 4th incident, the officer was placed on paid administrative leave, but not.
Okay, so just so you know, and I want to warn everybody here, I want everybody here to heed this warning. If you see a cop and he says he's a canine handler, he's a canine cop, they are the most sadistic, twisted pigs of all pigs. Did you know that? Did you know that? How many people knew? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't know. And be honest. Just be honest. I've been doing this for a long time. What I know to be true is number one, that canine cops are the most sick, sadistic, twisted piggies in the whole United States of America. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't know that. So when you meet a copper and he says, oh, I'm a canine officer, brother, the back of your hair, the hair on the back of your neck should stand up. You should feel the goosebumps come across your body. You are in the presence of evil. Every single canine cop in America is evil. They literally enjoy watching a dog chew on a human being. Who remembers when I covered the doctor in New Hampshire that was attacked by a canine cop and his dog? Who remembers that? Who remembers that? I covered that back in February of 2022. Do you guys remember when I covered the New Hampshire doctor who was attacked by the canine cop and the dog? After the canine cop attacked a doctor who did the same thing, just gave up, said, I give up. The guy who was the canine handler walked around with his hands in the back of his pocket, walking around like he was a teenager, going to a sock hop. It was the most embarrassing, disgusting display of, I'm so happy. The guy was so, does anybody remember the doctor from New Hampshire? Does anybody remember? Because I don't think this video is demonetized yet, which, by the way, yesterday's live was demonetized before the live ended. Did you know that? I told you the live would be demonetized because I was going to show you some stuff. As soon as I got off the live, you got to go and click a button to try to monetize your video so you can make some money from what you're doing. And so as soon as I get off the live, I go to try to monetize the video. It's red, ineligible for financing. You are not allowed to show canine dogs attack people. You are not allowed to show the cops tase, beat, mutilate, rape, kill, strangle. You're not allowed to show the cops doing those things to Americans. Because if you show that, you don't get to make any money for your time. No one likes seeing that. Nobody watches these videos anyway. So I just wanted to zoom in on this real fast. Take a look at him. That's a canine cop. That guy right there, do you see the look on his face right there on the right? Look at him. Just imagine, now look at his face. Now put the words across his forehead. I can't wait to watch my dog attack people. Look at him. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch my dog attack. Look at this face. You can say, I can't wait to have my dog attack people. Look at his face. You are a sick, twisted piggy, bro. You are a sick pig, bro. You are sick. Look at him over there on the left. See the dog he's got around? See the collar right there? That collar on that dog has spikes on it. The only way you can get that dog to stop is if metal rips into his neck, because they abuse the dog every day, so it'll be mean. They can't get the dog to come off. Once the dog starts to bite somebody, there's no just ask any canine cop, what's the release word to get your dog to stop attacking? He doesn't have one. He's going to say, oh, I've got one. But then the truth is that the dog won't stop attacking. Sick, sadistic pigs are canine cops.
Right away.
Why was he not immediately put on administrative
I cannot
leave?
answer that question. I don't know.
Also new tonight, authorities releasing 911 audio they say is from around the incident's time and location, with the caller not identifying himself, but appearing to be the suspect.
So now I'm trying to figure out why they got their guns all pointed to me, and they all white people.
State police say 23-year-old Jadarius D. Rose was driving this semi when an attempted traffic stop turned into a nearly 30-minute pursuit.
All of them got their guns pointed directly to me. You listen to what the officers are telling you.
So the dispatch is on the side of the cops.
They ain't told me nothing. I don't know why they pulling me over.
Then that disturbing canine
Go get him. Go attack him.
mauling, reminding some of the 1960s civil rights struggle.
We were mortified by that behavior.
I would hope that race is not a part of this incident. I can't imagine it being.
Do you understand where that?
You know what? I gotta just say something real quick here. You know, he's probably right. Race probably wasn't a part of it. I've often had 5 black cops. I've been surrounded by all different races of cops. They would have done this to anybody. Now, granted, he was black, so black drivers are targeted more, but put a 1 in the chat if that sick, sadistic canine pig would have sicked his dog on any person that he could have sicked his dog on. And just so you know, if people are going, why was he running? Do you want to pull over? Maybe he was looking for a place to stop where there would be cameras. There's a bunch of cops chasing you. He's probably trucking down the road, not looking at his reviews. Cops been chasing him. He turns around and looks. There's 3 or 4 cops behind him now. Who knows? Do you want to pull over? I don't. I don't want to deal with these jackboot thug pigs. He even said, I don't know why he's pulling me over. He probably didn't do anything wrong. They pull over truckers all the time. If you're a trucker and you know what I'm saying is true, put a 1 in the chat. They pull over truckers all the time, and they run a roughshod scam, total fleecing. They rip off truckers so much, you have no idea. We see these big trucks driving down the road and worse cars. And we're like, oh man, we don't want it. Right. But the truth is cops target those guys for their money. And they know that if they get a ticket on their CDL, that they're screwed. So you're at this, hey, this guy's pulling me over and he's my new best friend. Hi, officer. How you doing, man? How you doing? Don't give me a ticket, man. Don't give me a ticket. I'm going to lose overtime. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose pay. Cop owns him by simply pulling him over. You didn't think about it, but maybe it's something you need to probably think about because it's real.
That concern from some people comes?
Of course I understand it.
Authorities say Rose was treated at a hospital.
Part of this incident, I can't imagine it being.
Do you understand where that concern from some people comes?
Of course I understand it.
Authorities say Rose was treated at a hospital and criminally charged. Records show he's been released from jail with his attorney declining to comment. We've also reached out to Officer Speakman, but have not heard back.
Meanwhile, the Ohio police canine handler who's seen on video unleashing his dog on an unarmed black man has been fired. Circleville police officer Ryan Speakman released the dog.
So, listen, I mean, if you don't know the history of police in our country, they were created for black folks, 1704 South Carolina slave catchers. And I'm down for my black people. I stick up for y'all all the time. Go to my website, Delete Laws. It says defining the history of institutional racism on a timeline. I made a poster that shows that the majority of laws created in our country were created for black people and are now being applied to all of us. So this is where we kind of jump the shark, where he says, the canine handler who released a dog on a black man, I'm down for my people. But a canine handler, a canine sadistic pig who releases a dog on any person, no matter what color their skin is, doesn't matter. I understand the civil rights implications. Believe me, I've taught black history. You have no idea. On TikTok, it's all I taught was black history for 3 months straight. Believe me, I know what happened in the civil rights era. However, we're now living in a time where the laws they created for black folks and the dogs they created for black folks, they're still using them on black folks, but they're using them on everybody now. That sick-ass pig and all the sick-ass pigs on the scene would have released a dog on any color person. I know it happens to blacks more. Believe me, go to deletelaws.com with a Z. It says right on the cover, right on the first home page, defining the history of institutional racism in America. I am well aware that our laws were created for blacks. Every gun law that you suffer from was created for blacks. Fact. Terry versus Ohio, where cops can run up and grab you in the name of officer safety, was created for blacks. Pennsylvania versus Mims, you got to get out of the car in the name of officer safety, was created for blacks. The 2009 case of Arizona versus Johnson, where the passenger has to get out of the car if the cop believes that you're armed and presently dangerous, Johnson was black. Wren versus United States, 1996, that allows cops to pretextually stop you on the idea that maybe you're bad, was created for Michael Wren, a black man, in 1996. Florida versus Harris, that allows probable cause to be if a dog is barking. If a dog barks, that is the same as you breaking the law in front of the cop. The 2013 case of Florida versus Harris, Harris was black. I can keep going. However, let's stop putting the emphasis on a canine dog released on a black man. A canine dog released on any person's skin is disgusting. It is disgusting. And don't you dare predicate it with what color their skin is, because it no longer matters. If that dog bites you or bites your son or bites your dad or bites your uncle, it is the same no matter what color their skin is. There's no less trauma that man is going through because he's black, white, Asian, Filipino, Puerto Rican, pink, purple. I don't care. A dog attacking you is a freaking dog attacking you. A freaking dog attacking you when men are holding you down. I don't give a damn about the race of the men holding me down. I care about the badge they're wearing and that they're doing it under the color of law, and that I'm not allowed to ball my fist up and fight back. That's what I'm mad about. So with that little caveat, pardon me, excuse me, I didn't mean to go off there.
Truck driver Jadarius Rose was surrendering to state police with his hands up. The dog appears to bite Rose. Police say Rose had led officers on a chase after refusing to pull over for a traffic stop. During the pursuit, a 911 caller who appears to be Rose tells a dispatcher that he was afraid officers would kill him. Meanwhile, Speakman's union says the officer
he would kill him.
Was terminated without cause, and the grievance has been filed.
Oh, so just so you know, the officer's been terminated without just cause, and a grievance has been filed. This sick, sadistic pig right here, this guy, does it matter that he's white? I mean, let's talk about it. Does it matter that this cop right here, this white bread right here, does it matter that he's sadistic and white, or sadistic and black, or sadistic and Filipino, or sadistic and Mexican? Does it matter? This man trains dogs to attack people. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. It's just everything that so just so you guys know, the reason why our country is in disarray about race is because we allowed the perpetuation of slavery for 200 years. We did. Our ancestors did, whether we like it or not. And it's such an evil that it is now the smell of the rotting bodies. It permeates all of America. It's disgusting. The dogs attacking people. Who do you think that was created for? Who do you think? Put a 1 in the chat if you know the dogs were created to attack and kill blacks. I don't want this to be true. The dogs were bred into existence, I believe, by a Chinese guy. And I want to go back to I think 1500 BCE. And maybe even further, 2500 BCE. I can't remember. I remember doing the research on it one time. But what a Chinese guy did with his, I think it was with his wife and his kids. This is 2500 or 1500 BC. I don't want to mess up the story and then have people say, "Oh, you said something that wasn't true." Let me give you the fractioned story that I have little bits and pieces of, and people are more than welcome to correct me anywhere that my data is incorrect. A Chinese dude, what he did is he took wolves, and he took the least aggressive wolf and the least aggressive wolf, and he bred them. And they did it with fox. And he bred the least aggressive wolf with the least aggressive wolf. And then they had a litter of puppies. And then they bred the least aggressive puppy with the least aggressive puppy. And they did that over and over and over and over again. And eventually you got a domesticated dog. That's the information that I have. If anybody else has any other information, I'm not a dog expert. I'm a constitutional law scholar. This was just something that I researched one time for fun. So that's what I remember about it. So Mac McDonald said not accurate. Mac McDonald, then start posting the comments and make it accurate. I don't mind being wrong. This is not my area of expertise, but from what I understand, that's pretty close. So anybody else is more than welcome. Oh, is that Heather? Because Jason's not in the chat. That's going to be Heather. That's going to be Heather. So yeah, it should be Heather. Okay, you guys, you know what? Okay, everybody's a freaking genius. Everybody's a genius. Okay, fine. Everybody's a genius. Let's see who the genius is. Let's see who the smartest people in the whole wide world are. How and when were dogs domesticated, and by who? Okay, so it was 20 to 40,000, according to this. Were the first animals to be domesticated by humans? 20 to 40,000 years ago. So it wasn't 2000 BC, it was 20,000 BC. The domesticated dog structure happened through a process of mutual benefit and cohabitation. Earlier humans and certain wolf populations started to form symbiotic relationships. Let me see what you guys can see. Thought to have happened through a process of mutual benefit cohabitation. Early humans and certain wolf populations started to form a symbiotic relationship where both parties gained advantages. Wolves were less aggressive and more tolerant of humans' presence, may have scavenged around humans' composes for food, while humans may have benefited from the wolves' hunting and their abilities heightened senses for alerting them to danger. Over time, this mutual cooperation led to the gradual domestication of wolves into the domestic dog we know today. As dogs became more useful to humans in various tasks such as hunting, herding, guarding, and companionship, they were intentionally bred for specific traits, leading to the development of different dog breeds. It is essential to note that the process of dog domestication likely occurred independently in various regions of the world. Different populations of wolves may have been domesticated by different human groups through selective breeding and natural selection. They evolved into diverse breeds with a wide range of characteristics. Though the exact details of when and where the first domestication occurred are still subjects of ongoing research and debate, it is generally agreed that the domesticated dog relationships with the human has been a remarkable and enduring example of interspecies cooperation and companionship throughout human history. I thought that a Chinese man the idea that a Chinese man was solely responsible for the domestication of wolves into dog is a popular myth and not supported by scientific evidence. So, because we took the time to look it up, you can see that my data was incorrect, and I don't mind being wrong. I appreciate learning. Dog domestication was a gradual and collaborative process that took place over tens of thousands of years and involved different human societies interacting with different wolf populations. Recently, genetic studies suggest that dog domestication likely occurred in multiple locations and times, with distinct groups of wolves being domesticated independently. Some of them include Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. A specific timeline is not available. It's important to approach the topic of dog domestication understanding that it's a complex and multifaceted. Okay, we already read that. So apparently it is a popular myth. DLZ Clips, you still have put a 1 in the chat on the screen. So it is a popular myth that that a Chinese guy domesticated dogs. I had heard the same myth, and so I repeated it here. And then we looked it up, and I was incorrect. I was incorrect. Wow. Can you believe that? I was wrong. I wasn't 100% correct on everything always. Hey, it is what it is. So anyway, all right, let me go back to what we were doing now a second ago.
Hard to the ground. This video posted on several social media sites captures the officer body. As thousands of people flooded downtown on Monday night, one man got seriously hurt after an encounter with a Denver police officer. This video posted on several social media sites captures the officer body slamming a man hard to the ground. The video does not show exactly what happened the seconds before the body slam. People who have posted the video claim the man on the ground was trying to stop a
Monday night at the Nuggets celebration, our friend was trying to break up a fight. The fight you see blatantly happening with the man in orange, when this officer, Adam Glasby, picked him up and dropped him on his head. He threw no punches and was not combative. He had no weapons. He was not a threat. The officer did not call for paramedics, even though he was knocked unconscious for at least 5 minutes on the ground. Another friend brought him to the hospital where they found a brain bleed. He has since gone back with the inability to feel half of his body. This is something he's still dealing with. This is unacceptable, and the officer needs to be held accountable. Justice for Elijah. Oh, and if you know the dude in the orange, contact me. He punched a woman in the face, and we want him too.
Fight and did not attack the officer. We've learned the man who was knocked out is Elijah Smith, who was sent to the hospital with bleeding on the brain. Smith admitted to 9 News over the phone he did punch someone who was fighting with his friends, but said after he stepped back, the officer body slammed him. Smith said he is suffering with nerve damage to the chest and neck and needs to follow up with a neurologist. The officer's name is Adam Glaspie. The police department has removed Glaspie from field patrol duties pending an internal affairs investigation. Smith has filed a formal complaint against the officer, prompting that internal affairs investigation. He declined to talk to us on camera on the advice of his attorney. His attorney, though, told us over the phone, "We are going to respect the internal process." Officer Adam Glaspie has been with the Denver Police Department for 6 years now. Kyle, back to you.
So we're gonna respect the internal process. To Adam Glaspie's lawyer, on my website, deletelaws.com with a Z, DELETELAWZ.com, you can get for free the Mullen Commission, which is the 1994 Mullen Commission that was created over 3 years from 1992 to 1994. They did a deep dive investigation into internal affairs and to the internal process of police. These cops are working together, Mr. Glaspie's lawyer. We're going to respect the internal process. There's nothing to respect about the police organizations, the standing armies they've created in the United States of America. There's nothing worth respecting about the Death Star. We have to tear it down. We have to defund and replace our current regime of security because these jackboot thug pigs do things like this and then don't call the paramedics. It just... Adam Glaspie's lawyer just like, bro, are you asleep? Are you asleep?
Questions him.
It is the right name. Yes, it is.
That's when Thompson runs away. The deputy chases and threatens to use a taser. Thompson jumps the guardrail, goes into the interstate, and the deputy stuns him. The 28-year-old man is lying in the middle of the road as headlights approach. That's where we'll stop the video.
This man took responsibility.
The stop starts off as pretty routine. A deputy pulls Brent Thompson over off I-25 in Loveland for expired plates. This traffic stop becomes anything but simple.
Is this Loveland, Colorado again?
Shortly after Thompson gives the deputy a fake name.
Did you give me the right name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jacob Todd Jones.
After checking, the deputy questions him.
It is the right name. Yes, it is.
That's when Thompson runs away. The deputy chases and threatens to use a taser.
Stop!
Thompson jumps the guardrail, goes into the interstate, and the deputy stuns him. The 28-year-old man is lying in the middle of the road as headlights approach. That's where we'll stop the video.
This man took a responsibility to pull a trigger, capacitate my kid for 5 seconds. Look downstream. There's a car coming.
The family thinks the deputy should face criminal charges.
Oh, yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if this pig should face criminal charges.
District attorney disagrees, saying the deputy used poor judgment, but no crime was committed. His department won't discipline him either. An internal investigation by Larimer County Sheriff's Office found his actions
Larimer County Sheriff's Office. Can someone find out where that is?
Were within policy. In a statement,
oh, do you hear that? It's within policy.
Crime was committed. His department won't discipline him either. An internal investigation by Larimer County Sheriff's Office found his actions were within policy. In a statement, the sheriff says the deputy was forced to make a choice with no easy answer.
Bullshit. He didn't have to electrocute the kid. Bullshit. He'd have to shoot him with a taser in the freeway. Bullshit. He should be charged with murder.
Act and try to stop the suspect, or stand by passively and simply hope no innocent people got hurt.
Stand by passively? He was running away, you piece of garbage.
The sheriff says his deputy was protecting other drivers.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
This guy should be fired yesterday. We should not pay another dime to a person that took my son's life.
In his statement, the sheriff said Thompson had drugs in his system, and people close to him told the department he used fentanyl before driving that night. The family criticized the sheriff for smearing their son's name, is what they said, saying the deputy didn't know any of that when he tased him that night.
Such a horrible thing to watch, and even to think about.
What are you talking about? You got an opinion about everything, chick. Why don't you have an opinion about this?
The person in the SUV that had no idea. I mean, it's painful.
All around.
Why don't you say the truth, chick? Why don't you say the truth that the cop murdered a kid?
And what the family says, if we can't find what they say is justice in the criminal justice system, they do plan to take civil action against the sheriff's department.
Okay, thank you, Kelly.
Who the hell? Hold on one second. I'm going to show you guys something here. This is the YouTube video here. So,
thank you, Kelly.
The stop start.
So where is this? So this is the 9 News. Attorneys for the family of Brett Thompson is appalled the deputy hasn't been You're just allowed to murder kids in the street? You're just allowed to murder 28-year-old dudes? Wow. I mean, wow. Wow. What a bunch of losers. I mean, what a bunch of losers. What a bunch of butt-licking losers. I mean, really. The reason you run from cops is because you haven't been to the dungeon. The reason why people run away from the police, you don't know. If anybody who asks, why did he run away? We know you haven't been to the dungeon. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand why people run from cops. Have you been to the dungeon? Have you been to the dungeon? Have you had them have total dominion over everything you do, you move, put you in the most dangerous places ever, give you dog shit food, make you sleep on a metal bed? You don't get to use a phone. If you do, you got to pay $15 a minute. Like, what are we talking about here? Why would you run? Why do you think you'd run? I don't want to be treated like absolute dog shit, be put into a cell where you've treated people like shit for weeks, months, or years on end who want to hurt me or kill me because they're so angry about the treatment they've received for years and years. Go through the torture cuff, go through the claustrophobia, being put in the torture mobile, being drugged down to a dungeon where some judge in a robe who has no idea anything about me will decide that I have some crazy high bail to be able to get out of jail when I really haven't created any victims. I'm just being persecuted by the state. You wonder why he would run? Add in that he's on drugs. People who are drunk or on drugs do things that they wouldn't do if they weren't drunk or on drugs. We have a drug and alcohol problem in America that has now created a police problem in America. We have a police problem in America. You wonder why I have no respect for these jackboot thug pigs, why I have no respect for the lying lamestream media. Look at these reporters. I mean, look at these horrible people. Look at these horrible women.
But he didn't know any of that when he tased him that night.
I mean, look at these 2 horrible women. Horrible woman on the left, horrible woman on the right. Which one's worse? They're both horrible. They have an opinion about everything. They can get their little sheet and they can do their little act. We saw that, right? We saw that where all the media is the same. They get their little sheet and they each say it a little bit differently. You probably saw the snow's coming, but maybe not. And they all try to say it differently or say it cute or say it different than the other newscaster who's going to get the same script is going to say. But they have no opinion about a cop tasing a guy in the street. And then he had to make a split-second decision. Why? Let the kid run off. Let him run. Let him run. Let the kid run away. Where's he going? You got his car. He can't hurt anybody else now. He can get hit by a car, but he's not going to hurt anybody else because he's on his car. Let him go. But that's not our system in America because it's based on chasing down slaves and catching them. That's what it's based on. Cops in our country are based on chasing down and catching the slave and dragging him back. That's what the cops in America are based on. It's the same dog shit system. This one burns. Brett Thompson. Where is this? It's in Loveland. It's the same dog shit police department in Loveland. It's the same. And once again, and here was the other question I have. Video shows a man in Denver. It's Loveland, Colorado police. Now you know why their city council came back. So if anybody is unfamiliar with this, the entire defund term comes from Denver, Colorado. How many people knew that? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew that the defund push comes out of Denver, Colorado. Did you know that? Put a 2 if you did not know that. I just want to know how many people knew that. When you hear defund police, that came from Denver. And the reason that came from Denver is because, you know what? I think I spoke out my ass. It came from Minneapolis. It came from the Minneapolis Police Department because Minneapolis, I'm sorry, I got conflicted there. From the Minneapolis Police Department came the term defund because the way it came about was they could not get the police to do what the city council asked. So in Minnesota, they came up with the term defund the police. They didn't come up with the term. The city council tried to defund the police department because they have no control over an autonomous organization that has all the guns and all the tasers and all the sticks and all the jails and all the people who are on $10,000 a month pay. So they just follow orders. So it came out of Minneapolis. I misspoke a little bit there, but I'm glad I caught it. And so they couldn't get them to do it, couldn't get them to behave. And now we're seeing out of Loveland, Colorado, almost the exact same thing. And so here's the $1 million question I have. Won't face charges. So I don't understand this. Why does the law? Here's my $1 million question. Why does the Lamar County District Attorney's Office, why do they get to decide if a grand jury will be convened? A grand jury should be convened anytime someone is hurt or killed by the police. It shouldn't be a question, especially if someone is killed. A grand jury should be convened, and the grand jury should be convened by a third party. That is ex-lawyers and ex-prosecutors, that their job, what they want to do, just like prosecutors want to get you, their job as the third party is to get the cop, to get him and convict him. And until we have that, we're never going to have justice. So the Lamar County Prosecutor's Office decides that they're not going to press charges. Who the flock are they? I'm getting frustrated. The whole system's broken. The whole system's broken. The entire system is broken. Is this the same Lamar County that they did for the guy who got pulled out of the car and executed? Gone. Dead. So if I deploy a taser and have a lapse of judgment and somebody dies, I'm charged with manslaughter. If any of you do something negligently and somebody dies, you're charged with manslaughter. So why isn't this pig being charged with manslaughter? Why isn't the pig being charged with manslaughter? He did something negligently. So I don't care if he made a mistake in judgment. He needs to be charged. Wow. All right. A grand jury needs to be indicted. A grand jury needs to be convened so the grand jury can decide if there will be a criminal indictment, not the DA, because the DA and the cops work together. We saw that yesterday when the cops sent the pictures of the guy they had beaten, and she said, get rid of that picture. It's going to incriminate you. And then she got fired. The DAs and the cops work together hand in hand all the time, day in, day out, 365 days a year. They should not be convening they should not be in charge of whether or not a cop is charged. It should be a third party. It'll take a governor to create this in a new state. It'll take a governor of a state to change the state constitution, to cause the things for transparency that need to happen, to create a third-party organization that goes over cops. We won't get it unless we alter a state constitution and change a state constitution and we get executive power. Nothing changes without those things happening. Nothing. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty pissed off right now. You watch that, and then the district attorney decides that they're not who the flock are they? It wasn't their kid that got lost. It wasn't their kid that was murdered in the highway. Let the kid run away. Let him run. He wasn't threatening to kill anybody. Let him run. That was sick and disgusting. So this is Ohio issue 1 right here. So proposed constitutional amendment elevating the standards to qualify for an initiated constitution. %60 of voters to pass a new constitutional amendment instead of a majority of 50 plus 1. Can you guys see what I'm looking at here? If an Ohioan thinks General Assembly is out of control now, imagine what state government would be like if only. Imagine what state government would be like if the only item on August 8 ballot passes. Issue 1 is proposed amendment in the Ohio Constitution. Issue 1 was originated by Republican legislators, and Issue 1 would make it very difficult for voters on their own to propose future constitutional amendments. That means no future amendments to end gerrymandering of Ohio state legislative and congressional districts, and that it also means no future amendments to guarantee women's right to choose abortion. If issue 1 passes, the only amendments likely to even reach the ballot could be those proposed by General Assembly GOP supermajorities. For 111 years, Ohioans have been able to amend their state constitution, and it is theirs, not the legislators, by a simple 50% plus 1 of the votes cast statewide. That can't happen if issue 1 wins approval on August 8th, because issue 1 requires 60% yes statewide vote to pass future constitutional amendments. And for 111 years, Ohioans have been able to place a proposed constitutional amendment on the ballot by gathering a specific share of signatures from at least 44 of Ohio's 88 counties. But if issue 1 wins approval on August 8th, it would require future petitioners to gather a share of signatures in all 88 counties. Also, for 111 years, if sponsors of an amendment submit petitions with fewer than required number of voter signatures, sponsors are granted an additional 10 days to gather necessary signatures. Not so if issue 1 wins approval on August 8th, petitioners would no longer have such a 10-day grace period, making it harder for voters to amend the Constitution, guarantees business as usual inside the Ohio General Assembly. A near monopoly. The net effect of issue 1, should it pass, could be to end genuine voter-pushed amendments and, practically speaking, give the General Assembly a near monopoly on proposing constitutional amendments. So it's a giant overreach by government. It's a giant overreach by government because, wow. So just so you guys know, our country is run by really old people, really 70 years old. People who run this country are 60 to 80 years old. Everybody is at least 60, 70, 80 years old. That's who runs our country. And Ohio is being ran by a bunch of neocon Republicans. Just horrible. Just horrible. Our country is being stolen by politicians, and we have to take our country back. I hope Ohioans see this and they vote it down. I really hope Ohioans vote it down. Make sure we come back in. Make sure you come back. Reprehensible reptile. Okay. I would do something else with my life, but I'm not passionate about anything else like I am about this. Because I would love to quit. I would love to be like, you know what? I'm going to go to Colombia. You're welcome, dude. I'm going to go to Colombia. I'm going to just go down to Cartagena, down to Barranquilla. I'm going to live on the beach. I'm just going to get a little Colombian lady, and I'm just going to live on the beach and live on mangoes and papayas and make videos. And I can't quit, though. Anyone got an island for sale? So frustrating. All right. I've been on here for 2 hours. I'll get the flock out of here. Right now, I'm leaning toward voting for Robert Kennedy Jr. That's where my vote right now is going. As of this moment, that's where my vote is going. I'm going to vote for RFK Jr. as of right this second. I mean, if you listen to the guy talk, he makes the most sense of anybody else. So that's probably home. I haven't voted for a Democrat since 2008, since Obama. 2009, I said impeach Obama and try him for war crimes. Yeah. I helped campaign for Obama in Los Angeles, here in Los Angeles. I raised tens of thousands of dollars for Obama, going door to door. And he betrayed us all. He betrayed us beyond belief. He was such a fraud. Still is a fraud. And now he's a fraud with Biden. They're frauds. They're frauds. Anyway, Leroy, I love Yahweh. Chevy, Fat Jesus is here. Reprehensible. What's going on? Mr. Hans, good to see you. Denti, Jen, Gloria, Roger, good to see you. PayPal me, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you, Christy. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. Worldwide Liberty. Rights on. You have rights. Cops have duties. Manny, what is going on? What is going on? Dwayne, what is going on? Les Paul Tracy, what is going on? Dan, what's going on, Dan? How are you? Brian, how are you? Good to see you. All right. Les Paul, I love Yahweh. Peter Flynn, good to see you. Disciples of Him. William, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Mikey, Mikkel, Bruce, The Fallen. What is going on? The Chosen. What is going on? How are you? Top Rock, Fishbox. What's going on? Gabriel. Anyway, all right. I will get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you guys learned something today. Tune in tomorrow. DLZ Clips. I'm live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So that is in 11 hours. I will be live at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be on the phone with the Cleveland County Sheriffs to find out who their information officer is, because I'm going to file that body cam request. And then if they don't fill it, I'm going to sue them. That's what's going to happen, because I want the body cam footage and I'm going to get it. And it's that simple. So I'm going to get it. It's that simple. All right. I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. It was so good to see you. Dude, for the people who jumped in for Avery and sent her $450 tonight, like, dude, and for those of you guys who are here, thank you so much for contributing. We don't stop. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.